I took half yesterday.
Wait, how many? I think you.
Although I've been grading, my husband's like, are you grading again? So I'm
She has
grading
two?
again.
What is it?
Oh.
How many grandchildren do you have?
3. I have 1 daughter, 3 daughters. Huh. A little girl who's 6, a little boy who's 3. Well, a little boy will be 4 on my birthday. He and I share the same birthday. In April. And then the little baby sister just turned 1. Okay, so now we're looking at hematoxylin eosinophils fame, a section of the cerebellum. So what is this thing called?
Folia?
Everybody look. Folium. I-M or L-I-A is plural. Right? Now the folium itself, what's really neat about the cerebellum is you have the largest and the smallest of the neurons located here. It's kind of cool. Yeah. So the outer, guess what that layer is called? Just like the cerebrum. Huh? Well, okay. Yes, it's right. What is the outer layer called? Molecular, right? So we have the molecular layer. And they should be listed for you. Did you turn your packet where I told you to? Is it listed there? Very good. No, we're at cerebellum now. Cerebellum, so there. Okay, good. Now we have it, right? Molecular? Okay. So this is the outer molecular, and then
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
the big
see
one.
them on this photomicrograph. I can see them because I know what I'm looking for.
We're only
But
right
there's-
here to look at.
So I won't ask you, but there's some little bitty dots. Can you see little dots maybe? Okay, so not really. Okay, but that's the Purkinje cells. Those are the largest cells. Those are the ones with the 250,000 synapses. Now that basket cell is also down. That's pretty crazy too. That's what we're going to see there, right? So, and then this inner layer, that's the what layer? Tiniest cells. Just like in the cerebrum. What do they call? Granular layer. Okay. So now, what is this stuff? That's the pia mater. Here, this is the white matter. Remember, everything's stained pink or purple. This is the space. That's the pia mater. This is white matter. That's the gray matter.
That looks very backwards. Like,
Well, we've got to remember.
does this look? It looks like zero.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let's go back. Now, when we look at the cerebrum, you've got a great big lump, right? You've got big gyri. But in the cerebellum, they're little because they're the folia, right? So when you make a section of this is really in a sense, the outside. It's down inside. So now when we look at the layers, it's not just like that. It goes in just like the cerebrum does. They're just little guys. So when we make that section, we're down in here, but we can still see this is the depression. If I follow this, see, I can get out. So that's just like the sulcus, but it's a real convoluted pathway because these guys are little. So imagine making a big gyrus like that. That seemed to make sense, right? Here's one gyrus, here's another gyrus, and you're down in between the two. But now take your fingers, come on, take your fingers and make little bitty guys, and now those are the folia. So when you make a section, you can get lots of depressions between them. Does that make more sense now? Okay, so see, that's what we're seeing is here we've got that section. So we see lots of little intersections. So all of this is gray. This is the gray matter. And then here's white matter, and that's that tree of life on the inside. The cerebrum's just the bigger thing, right? Two big guys. But now we got all these little bitty folia. Everybody cool with that? Can you better visualize that?
Can you go back to the layers one? The next one?
The next one. Okay, the layers of this guy.
Yeah, the one.
You can stay up there.
Okay, thank you.
So you're saying the outer is the molecular and the inner is the granular. Can you point them out?
Outer molecular, inner granular, and Purkinje's between the two.
So the outer one is
So see,
closer
this is
to
a
the-
folium, that's what I started out saying, what is that? That's a folium. See, these are all the little inner folds, so this would be looking like, if you were looking at the big cerebrum, that would be like a whole big gyrus. But they're little here, they're teeny weeny little guys.
So is the white pit, the
Okay,
That's just the space on the outside, right? But they're one-
this is the space, this would be in the cerebrum of sulcus, right? Okay, it's still a depression, but these are teeny little guys instead of the great big gyri of the cerebrum. So then all of this is that white matter in between. Still not seeing it?
It's like, it's because it's like backwards
Yeah.
to what the other one was.
The cerebrum?
Yeah.
Well, the cerebrum is huge.
Yeah.
These are little, right? These are little bitty guys, yes.
So the cerebrum, they're Purkinje cells. But in the cerebellum, there's a Purkinje layer.
They're also Purkinje cells. It's based on that, it's named after a person, unfortunately. That's why we get part of that basket cell. It's just a very large perikaryon that has a specific name called the Purkinje layer of cells.
So both of the layers that you're talking about are in the darker purple.
Yes, this is not white matter. This is the molecular layer on the gray matter of the cerebellum. This is the white matter. Okay? This is the white matter. This is that big arbor biped. Charlie, go back again. Backwards. So see, when we're down here, this is the gray matter. There's a little bit of white in the center, but see how close everything is together, right? It's little bitty guys. So each of these guys is like a sulcus in the brain, in the cerebrum of the brain. So when we've got that section, then we see lots of these little guys, right? We see lots of the gyri. But you're down in this mass. It's not like the cerebral cortex where it's like big lump, big lump, big lump. Here in each section is going to give you lots of little bitty lumps. Better? Okay, forward, Charlie. Now, so you kind of got that. These are our little bitty lumps, right? These are all those little bitty lumps that we looked at. So next slide. Now, can you focus a little bit? That's our big dentate nucleus up here again. Nucleus, a collection of neuronal cell bodies, right? So there's the big nucleus. This is all the white matter. And then here, this is molecular layer. Now can you start to see these distinctive guys in here? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Right? So these are the largest neurons, and right beside them are the smallest neurons, the granulars. So all of this is gray matter. This is the white matter. That's just the processes, except for that nucleus. So once again, this is folium, 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 folium. Correct? Now, down the center of each, there is some white matter. That connects, of course, to the white matter. That's why it looks like a tree. Here comes off a branch and a branch and a branch and another branch. Next, please, Charlie. Now, we've got an even larger magnification. Now, this starts to look a little bit more like the cerebrum, but you've had to go to a really large magnification. Correct? Because this is a folium, this is a folium. So there are two folia here. What is this membrane? PM modern. You got that. Okay, so now, what is this layer? Now, in high power, you see there's few neurons. It's mostly neuroglial cells and processes, and so it's called the what layer? Consistent with the cerebrum. Molecular. God bless you. All right. Now, what are these guys here? Bing, da, bing, da, bing, da, bing, da, bing. What are those guys? Those are the big Purkinje cells. Largest neurons, right? How many synapses?
250,000.
250,000. Because remember the integration from vision, from the inner ear, from essentially every proprioceptor Every muscle in your body is sending, and joint and tendon is sending information where? Through this dude. Yeah? Please appreciate that.